A very pleasant day to one and all. I am Antony Jones, Assistant Professor of Computer Science in St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. Today we are going to discuss something about main features of Java programming. One such concept is applet programming. In general, Java program is classified into two types. One is application, other one is applet. Application is a program which runs inside a computer machine, and applet is a program which runs in a web-enabled web browser. In this session, we are going to discuss something about local and remote applets, difference between applets and application, applet lifecycle, and developing an executable simple applet code. First, we move to the introduction to applet. Applets are small Java programs that are used in internet computing, which runs on a web-enabled browser. Applets are transported over the internet. It automatically installed in client machine. It runs as a part of a web document. In general, applet can be run using a applet viewer or web-enabled browser. Applet interacts with the user through AWT, not through the console-based I/O classes. Browser runs applet in a Java virtual machine. There are two types of applets. First one is local applet and second one is remote applets. Local applet are developed and stored in a local system. It does not need an internet connection to execute. It is stored on local directories and run on local machine. And remote applets are developed by someone else. It is stored on a remote computer connected to the internet. It needs an internet connection to execute an applet. Applets are generally downloaded in local system through internet. It runs in our own system. Then we are going to discuss something about life cycle of an applet. Once an applet is started, it enters into a state called newborn state. The method used here is init method. After it enters into the newborn state, it is ready for execution. Once it is ready for execution, it moves to the runnable state. The method used here is start method to execute the run state. It also moves to the ideal state using stop method. It again resumes using resume or notify method in start method. Once the applet is executed, it moves to the terminated state called the dead state. Here we are going to discuss about each state individually. Initialization state. Once the applet is loaded, it moves to the initialization state. Here it initializes all the variables and initialize the images. This method is intended for whatever initialization is needed for user's applet. It uses param tag inside the applet to process the method. Start method. This method is automatically called after the browser calls the init method. It is also called whenever the user returns to the page containing the applet after having gone off to the other pages. Next method, stop method. This method is automatically called when user moves off the page on which the applet sits. Therefore, it can be repeatedly in the same applet. Destroy method. Once the applet is executed, this method is called. This method is called only once. Then paint method. Each and every user interaction to process the output is processed in the paint method. It is invoked immediately after the start method, and also anytime the applet needs to repaint itself in the browser. The paint method is actually inherited from java.awt classes. This is the simple basic applet. First, there are certain rules to develop an applet program. We must import two packages to develop applet program. First one is java.awt and second one is java.applet. The second rule is the class must be declared as public and the class must extend the class called applet class. The paint method is used to define the output. This is a simple basic program through which basic applet code can be developed. Thank you. We discuss on next session we discuss more things.